Dragon Fury. Oh, yes, okay. So we're Majordomo. And we just won this game. Yes! We got it! And that is how you grind a game out with Majordomo executives. Hey everyone, welcome back to my Deep Deck Dive series. Danny Donuts here. This is a series where we take a concept that you recommend in the Tempo Storm comment section, and I make a deck based around it. No matter how wonky or crazy the concept is, we go and we make a deck. So I really enjoyed reading through the comments last time, and some theme that was there pretty significantly was Majordomo. I thought it'd be really... Result found in the wild set. We're wild players here. So, I thought it would be cool to make a deck based around Majordomo, where you become Ragnaros and shoot off your hero power and kill your opponent. The only deck I could think of where you could do this is Mage. Sorry to all the other people who are trying to do the Warlock one. I saw that, and I saw a couple other recommendations. But I'm going to credit this deck to Milan Kusira. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name there. But we are going to make a deck based around Majordomo for you, Milan. Alright, so we got Majordomo. How are we going to survive? With the most broken card in Mage, it's actually being rotated out, Ice Block. So we're going to make sure that we put double Ice Block in the deck. That's big. So with that, we can start putting in other secrets. We can put in the double Ice Barrier, because we're trying to make like a grinder style deck where you can outlive your opponent. There are a lot of really good tools at the moment. So we definitely want to put in the Mad Scientists. And just for let's put in some general good Mage cards like Polymorph. That's really good at the moment. Even though we're running these secrets and the Polymorph, I think that the meta is set up with a lot of really small spells. So I think we can take advantage of the big spell package that was recently introduced into Mage for removal using the Dragon's Fury. So double Dragon's Fury, we'll add that, and then let's add in some big spells along with the Raven. So let's add in double Blizzard, double Meteor, a Flame Strike, and then we want the cheap Raven Familiar. Where are you? There we go, Raven Familiar. And then because we're running all of this, we want to get more armor gain for when we're Majordomo. So the Artificer is typically going to be a good card in that situation. Let's just put in more control tools. Doomsayer's pretty good. Doomsayer's good. Because we're not running draw, we want to put in the Acolyte of Pain. What else do we want? We can run Dirty Rat. These lists normally run Dirty Rat. 2 copies of that. Alright, so now, when we're Majordomo, when we're Ragnaros, we're going to have an Ice Block up, and hopefully if we survive a turn, one of the old tricks that you used to be able to do is Alexstrasza yourself and set yourself to 15. So we're definitely running Alex. One of the things as well, we need to get discounts on these cards, because Majordomo, Alexstrasza are really expensive. So Emperor Thaurissan is a good pick for the deck as well. If we're running that, we want to include the Coldarra Drake. Spell that. Coldarra. Or how about just Drake? Coldarra. There we go. So the Coldarra Drake lets you use your hero power any number of times. So hopefully the best situation is we get a discount or 2 on this, and we just start shooting off fireballs as Ragnaros. So we're going to add in the Coldarra Drake. So we have 1 spot left, and I think that we want to put in a value card. So something along the lines of, I mean, we have a lot of value already with the Majordomo finish and the Coldarra Drake. We really don't want to be running Frostless Jaina because that gets rid of the hero power effect, and it really won't help us out because our life is capped at 8. So I think we want to just run a traditional value card like Medivh. If we run Medivh, all these big spells will give us big minions, give us some presence to stall until we get Majordomo out. So, yeah, this looks like a good first draft of the deck. We'll play it out, play some ladder games, see how it goes. I'm excited. It should be really interesting. Hopefully I don't tank my legend ranking too high, but I'm currently in the middle of the pack in Wild right now, halfway through the month. So, we'll see how we do. So this deck should be fairly good against aggressive decks, and if we can stall outright, we can do well against control decks. So, Titan 11. Playing that rogue. So we're going to assume it's some sort of aggro version of the deck, just for the mulligan's sake. And we're going to want to go and get some of our early game. Something like a Doomsayer, or... Dirty Rats may be okay, but I'm too afraid of him being Miracle to play it and maybe pull out a Gadgets in. So we'll wait a little bit on that until we have something to answer that. Alright, Dragon's Fury is fairly good, but we want to start getting some of the secrets out so that we don't hit a 3 off of that. Typically a 5 mana 4 is pretty good. Alright, Raven Familiar, let's draw some spells. Nice. Alright, so Deadly Poison, that makes me think that he's playing Weapon Rogue, which probably isn't pretty good if we are becoming Majordomo, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, Barrier. I'm not sure if we want to play Barrier, or if we want to wait until we are like Majordomo. We can always just play for board right now, real quick. I don't know. I think that we might want to wait. We'll get this down with the Emperor, and we'll get it really cheap when we become Majordomo. Don't think it's worth it early game to start getting armor, because we're going to go down to 8 late in the game. Alright. So this is probably one of the worst decks that we can go against. Something that can become 8 mana really easily. Hopefully we can deny his weapon buffs. Or put him in a spot where we kill him with the Coldarra Drake. So yeah, we're just gonna be passive for a little bit. He's gonna draw us cards this game. We need to be aware of that. We don't want to overdraw our Majordomo. And he can always sap Majordomo as well. Alright, Artifice is pretty good. I feel okay playing the Barrier now because we have other answers. I'm also trying to manage the hand size so that we don't start overdrawing stuff with Cold Light shenanigans. We don't overdraw too much, because he's gonna draw us 4 if he goes in with the Shadow Step. And now we have the second draw, the second Shiny Finder. Yep. Alright, well we don't have to worry about him getting it from his deck for the rest of the game. We just gotta survive, we gotta survive the damage. Surviving 18's not bad, especially when we have the Artificer. I don't know how good Blizzard is later on in the game, so we can just waste it here. With the Dragon's Fury, that's gonna be better on other minions. Shadow Step. Oh, prep. Okay. He's cycling. Right, so 24 damage is something to be concerned about, but... Alright. Alex Straza. Alright, from this point, we can heal 7 next turn with Arcane and Flame Strike. So, double Doomsayer, he's going to vanish that. Vanish is an important thing to be concerned about here, especially with the full hand. We want to play a good amount of stuff. I don't know, I think discounting this with Emperor Thorson gives us an out too with Alex Straza. It's a weak Emperor, but I think we have to do it.
Interesting.
Gives us the free Artificer later on too to combo with some of these spells. Like a Doomerang. Alright. Alright, so we have stuff coming down next turn. It's the way we can maximize our heal here. We can get 7 with Alex Straza, but I'd rather wait on Alex. We're definitely going to play Artificer. And then Poly Meteor for 8 health, 8 extra armor. Alright, so Barrier saves us for a turn. I don't know. Alex Straza puts us at 15, and he swings into the Alex, or he could vanish the Alex. I don't know what we can combo with the Barrier that would be helpful. Maybe play the Coldarra Drake. I don't really think that does much. So we can survive the 2 hits. That's with the Barrier and the Alex Straza. So... well, Alex.
I bring life.
So that sets us at 7. It's okay.
You cannot escape the shadow of death.
Alright, now we can start getting stuff out. So, we can Mad Scientist and guarantee the ice block. I think that's probably the best. And he's gonna vanish, right? So it doesn't really matter if we play the Coldarra Drake or not. He's gonna go face. Let's get a little bit of pressure out, I guess, maybe. We'll see what he's got. If he has Vanish, then we can just play our minion and Dragon's Fury. Play the Mad Scientist. That's a sap, maybe? Yep. And then sap again. Which helped us out. Oh no, that's the Doomerang. Okay, never mind. That's a bit of a concern. We gotta survive 2 more, which is gonna be tough. Cold Light might help. Raven Familiar. Shadow Stone. Alright, we have the second Mad Scientist, which will help us. We're gonna overdraw something. Kane's fine. Alright, so that's an easy trade. We'll see what we get. So we got the block. So let's heal out of range. So we'll play this. Flame Strike. And we don't care about draw as much, so we'll wait on the Mad Scientist to guarantee the next block. Raven Familiar. Alright, so we got the next block guaranteed. So that's gonna be armor. Alright, it's good enough. We should be able to play Medivh next turn. This is the turn where we can get a tempo advantage. He does run double Vanish, which, I mean, playing a Majordomo is not the best at that point, but there's not really much you can do. This is an incredibly unfavored matchup. First one on ladder. Vanish, overdraw. Alright. I don't know why he's giving us the health back. That's weird. 11. My hand is full. So we are playing spells here to get the next ice block. Or the ice barrier. So I like Medivh's fairly good here. Medivh Scientist. Because we get this, we guarantee the survival with the block. Doesn't have weapon draw, so this is when we mount our offensive. We do need to play Ice Block. So, Arcane Artificer. We're going to Artificer, we're going to Ice Block, and we're going to Dragon's Fury. We might as well pull a minion out of his hand, because we're going to deal 4, 5, or 6 damage. So, what's that? 2, 3, 6, 10. Cool. So let's see what we get first. Let's double attack face first, in case it's some sort of taunt. Another heal bot, nice. So we Artificer. Then Ice Block. Alright, we kind of want to hit a 4 here. The 4 or 5 is pretty good. Let's see what we get. Ah, we got the 6. That sucks. Meat Wagon doesn't help us. Alright. Alright, we'll see what we got. Does have a chance to get the weapon throughout this period, but now we just gotta start mounting pressure. He can always pop us through fatigue. We gotta be aware of that. What? Oh, okay, cool. So Majordomo comes down now. And we start going. He has another Vanish. That is something that he also has. So we gotta be aware of that. No sap. Okay. I'm okay with that. If he has a sap, then we're cool. We can keep mounting pressure this way. I think... Majordomo Doomsayer? None may challenge. Alright. See if we can do it. He has a Vanish, and I want to set it up so that we can potentially kill him with a meteor on our Majordomo. That's a pretty cool interaction there. If we Dragon Fury, oh yes, okay. So we're Majordomo, and we just won this game. Yes, we got it. That is how you grind a game out with Majordomo executives. Oh god, we ran into him again, but now he's playing Warlock. Okay. So hopefully we can be a little bit faster this game and not wait till the end. So this is a game where the polymorphs can be really good. Doomsayer and Raven Familiar are also pretty good as well, because we're gonna win the joust unless he's playing Q block. Q block runs 1 nether, so that is the one out for him on the joust, but otherwise it's very good. And Doomsayer is just very good going into some of the Giants' turns, 4 or 5, help us survive until we get a Blizzard or a Dragon's Fury. If we can stall out 2, we can get Doomsayer into the Blizzard, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, he's playing Zoo. Okay. So we'll just go minion for minion until we drop the Doomsayer. Nice. He could be playing the Spell Zoo. The one that's running Blood Bloom. That's up on the ladder recently. So now this is just playing the Mage shell as the anti-aggro shell that it is. So Majordomo may not come down until very, very late game. Alright, Artificer's good later on. We don't really have a follow-up if we Doomsayer, so he's going to trade. He'll play something that's a 3-drop, potentially the Imp. Imp getting boss is not particularly good. I'm okay with stalling with Doomsayer and not doing anything. Prevents him from snowballing out of control. It's probably one of the only times that we're not going to... He's not going to be able to kill it. Alright, so Demon Fire. He plays it on the other one as well. Okay. So we have double polymorph. We're okay polymorphing this and making a value trade. He can go in and buff the other one, but we have the second polymorph to answer that. which is okay. Alright, let's get another spell here. We're not in any imminent danger yet. Alright, we got the Flame Strike. So we can just keep removing now. I like pinging this so that it dies to the Raven. We don't need to play the Artificer. We can use that later. And we will make him make the trade so that we can preserve our health. Oh wow. It's going wide here. Alright, no trade. That's cool. Blizzard is nice. And we really don't want to trade into anything because Flame Strike clears everything. The issue that I have right now is that Doomguard's played, it does cycle for 2 cards. So that's not good. But we can't really do much against that. We can always go and gain a bunch of armor after we Flame Strike because we can Arcane Artificer and then Barrier and Polymorph any big threat that he plays. We can also Medivh if he doesn't put on enough pressure, but it looks like he's trying to put on a good amount of pressure right now. The big thing is that we don't have Jaina. Jaina is the big concern. Alright. Well, Flame Strike deals with this quite nicely. Then we trade that there. Leave the 2-1. We'll see what he's got next.
I can ease your
Oh wow. So he's just playing all the demons. Alright. Double Artificer Meteor should seal the game out. Now every spell gives us double armor. It's crazy. I think we still want to save the Meteor, but Medivh's definitely coming down. Alright. So Meteor. Let's get a 6-drop. Then guaranteed ice block, ping, and then we're just gonna pressure him. So unless he has something that can kill 2 minions here, we've won it. Because we have the weapon swing. He's already played both of his Voidwalker taunts. That is it. Oh. What? Why would you not play the... What? Why would you not play Gul'dan? No idea. He would have been back in the game if he played Coldarra. You never know. So that pretty much sums it up. We had two pretty good games there. One where we won as Majordomo, the other one where we used the defensive core of Mage to win just straight up by controlling the board. So Milan, thanks for the deck. I really liked it. Majordomo was surprisingly okay. It wasn't as big of a train wreck as possible. I ended up going 2 and 3 when I played this on ladder. And we're not going to show you the losses, but the 3 losses afterwards were not spectacular. Cards that I did like through this was the Artificer. The Artificer was really good once you got Majordomo out, because you typically got Artificer down to 0 with the Emperor. So the Majordomo, you were able to put up some easy, really quick armor with the spells. So that was definitely a really good inclusion to have in the deck. Medivh was good when you didn't draw Majordomo or before Majordomo to draw out some of the removal from your opponents. Especially in a deck like this where they're not expecting Majordomo to come down. Alexstrasza worked defensively most of the time. You can always just remember that you can use it offensively. That was one of the cool things that I used against a Druid at one point. But yeah, I really liked running the defensive package of the big spells with Dragon's Fury and Meteor, Flame Strike. Even though you're running the secrets, and sometimes that can be bad with Raven Familiar, most of the spells in the meta are relatively low. So, besides Druid that has the UI and the Spreading Plague, you're hitting at most a 4 from a Call to Arms and a Paladin. So overall, I think it went pretty well. Had a lot of fun doing it. This is going to wrap up my deck dive. Hope you guys join me next week when I will take one of your comments below this video and make it into a deck of its own. See you guys then.